Hi, I'm Dwarfinag. I represent Psytrance plugins and I want to introduce you our new product, Samplur PROEffects. Samplur PROEffects is a pack of 20 free effects for Windows and Mac. These were not extensively tested, so there might be some bugs, especially in the Mac versions. I'm not going to show you any audio because I believe the performance of the VST depends of the sample or loop you use, but I'm going to run through the plugins and show you the features. So first of all, we start with the Samplur Pro Analyzer. This is a frequency analyzer that has three modes: normal, multiband, and left-right. The normal mode shows like you see. The multiband shows several bands where you can add and remove bands. You also can narrow the bands using the crossovers. And you have the left and right mode where the green is for the left and the red for the right. You also have a correlation control, a LUFS control, and a peak meters. The peak meters may not be very accurate, but you can rely on these readings right here. They are very accurate. Next, we have the Samplur Pro Compressor. This is a very cool compressor with mid-side integration where you can compress the mid or the side or both at the same time. It has a sidechain control, input peak or RMS, soft-knee, hard-knee. Notice that the views, the input and output views are not very accurate, but you can use the readings right here and rely on the readings. The reduction VU is okay. Okay, so this is Samplur Pro Compressor. Now is the Samplur Pro M Compressor. Samplur Pro M Compressor is a multiband compressor with 4 bands. The views are not accurate like in the other, but the reduction view is okay. You can bypass bands. You have the X-overs to define the range of the band, and is a 4-band compressor. You also have Samplur Pro Limiter, that is a brick wall limiter. If you think that you do not need compression on your track or sample, and you want to use the limiter just as a maximizer, you can use this button right here that's solo the clip, the ceiling control and the pre-gain control, so you can just increase the volume, click the clip to declip the audio, and then you can go with the ceiling down to minus 5.4 decibels. Okay, so this is the limiter. You have a Samplur Pro delay. That is a multi-delay tool. You have stereo, auto pan, ping pong, mid-side, and mono. All these delays have an high pass and a low pass. You can create chains of delays. You can create various chains of delays using this order: stereo first, then auto pan, then ping pong, then mid-side, and mono being the last one in the chain. You can create delay chains, so this is very cool. There's the Samplur Pro M delay, that is a multi-band delay. You can narrow the bands with the crossovers, and you can toggle the bands on off using these buttons right here. So this is a multi-band delay. It's very cool for vocals, and it's a nice plugin. Then you have the Samplur Pro Filter, sorry. This is a 3-mode filter. You have the bandpass, a state variable filter, and a cork filter. Down here there's the LFO or the envelope. You can define the speed, the curve. One is linear, as you can see, and the other is plane. You can switch the waveform. You can create waveforms and save the waveforms. You can also load these waveforms, and you can rescan the waveform folder using this button right here. The LFO can be locked X so that the dots do not go for the side. You can flip it vertically, horizontally, or reset your waveform. The destination of the LFO can be the bandpass low pass filter, the bandpass high pass filter, the state variable cut, the state variable resonance, the Korg cut, and the Korg resonance. So this is a nice filter tool. It's nice. Okay, so next we have the Samplur PROEffects filter. This is a multi-band filter with low pass and high pass or band pass for each band. You can also have an LFO to create some movement on your sound. The LFO will affect the cutoff, and you can also add reverb to each of these bands. You can add reverb, and you have right here the reverb control, the size of the reverb, and you can add reverb to any of these bands. Now there's the Pro Chorus, Samplur Pro Chorus, that has a crossover, mid-side integration, 6 voices, waveform seen in triangle, and rate for the LFO, LFO for the rate, extra bandpass filter, and stereo control for each pair of voices, for 2 voices, 4 voices, and 6 voices. Basically, it's a normal chorus with these features. This is very cool because you can create very nice effects with it. You also have Samplur Pro Distortion that has the same features of the chorus, the crossover, the mid-side integration. You have 2 types of distortion, overdrive and foldback. You also have the bandpass filter and the stereo width control. Okay, so now there's the Samplur Pro Flanger. This is the same thing. You have the crossover, the mid-side integration, the waveform, LFO for the rate, extra bandpass filter and stereo width control, and all the controls for the flanger to create very cool effects. Sorry. Okay, so there's the Samplur Pro Phaser. That is the same thing, crossover, mid-side integration, 8 stages, waveform seen on triangle, and LFO for the rate, extra bandpass filter, and stereo width control. You have the Samplur Pro Vocoder. The Samplur Pro Vocoder is a 10-mode vocoder. You also have the crossover, the mid-side integration. There are 2 modes, robotized or distorted noise. You can sidechain it using this menu right here. You can create sidechain, and has 10 modes. You choose the mode by turning this knob. It has 10 modes. All these modes are different, and they are very cool. You also have the stereo width control, extra bandpass filter. You can excite the vocoder and bandwidth it. Okay, so there's the Samplur Pro Reverb that also has the mid-side integration right here. You can select the mid and the side. You have the crossover or the X over. You can define a low pass or high pass. It has an EQ, low frequency, low gain, mid frequency, and mid gain, and it has a delay control to create some delay effect on your reverb, and a width control to stereo spread the sound. Okay, so this is Samplur Pro EQ6. This is a 6-band equalizer That also has a mid-side integration where you can use the mid or the side. These knobs right here are for the volume of the mid or side band. You can also toggle the bandpass filter and use the bandpass filter with your EQ. This is very cool. Or you can use just the normal mode with no bandpass and use the 6 bands. You can also mute the bands using these buttons right here. You can mute the bands. So this is very cool. You also have Samplur Pro EQ10. This is a simple equalizer of 10 bands. You can also mute the bands, and you have the readings for the bands right here. And it's a 10 band equalizer, cool for mastering, for example. This is nice. You have Samplur Pro Exciter. This is cool for mastering because you have the clash remove right here, and you have the mud remove. So if you want to remove the lows of the low end, you can also excite the high end using this knob right here. You can excite the high end, and this is cool for mastering. Okay, there's the Samplur Pro Saturator. That is a saturation machine. You have the tape speed, the low pass filter. You can use the noise in that. This will produce a little noise like the old tapes used to create when we play a tape. This will create that noise. You have Samplur Pro Stereo. That is a stereo machine. You have the phase invert, the swap, left and right. You have a pseudo stereo control, a normal stereo spread control. You have an auto panel LFO with the speed, the curve, linear or spline. You have the waveforms. You can also save waveform, load waveform, and rescan the folder. You can lock the X, you can flip vertically, horizontally, or reset your waveform. It has mid-side integration right here with mid volume and side volume, and a pseudo X stereo that will create stereo spread on the bands that you define right here with these crossovers. It's basically a multi-band stereo control, very cool. And you have the master section. To finalize that, the Samplur Pro Freeze that is used to create glitching or stuttering in your sound. You have the big freeze button, you can sync it or not. It has a state variable filter, a master controls. Right here you have the speed and the steps and the value for your freezing. So this defines the speed of the pattern, the steps, and you can freeze it using these values right here. You have the envelope for the cutoff, resonance, and pan. To use the envelope, click on the on button. You can flip it horizontally, vertically, lock X, and reset your waveform. You also have the speed control, the curve type, linear or spline. You have the waveform control. You can save waveforms, you can load waveforms, and you can rescan the waveform folder. So this is Samplur PROEffects. This was not a professional approach to the plugins in terms of demonstration, but these plugins are very cool. They are very strong and very powerful, and I hope you use it. They are free, so give them a try. Thank you for watching. See you next time.